And now we're going to hear from one of our parishioners who wants to give us an update, George Weber. God bless George.
Good morning. As Father said, my name is George Weber, and I'm a member of the Parish Hospitality Committee. And I'm here to give you a brief infomercial on the status of the parish build and repair project, and I promise to be as hospitable as possible. As Father's previously reviewed from us, there are areas of the church that are in critical need of repair. The boiler room, which takes up most of the area behind the altar here, needs to be decommissioned. It needs to be removed. The sacristy, the workroom, and the bathroom, quite frankly, are just abysmal back there. The entire area needs to be repaired and improved for storage and a proper work area. In the back of the church on the west side, the bathrooms are not up to code and they're not ADA compliant. The exterior of the church is rotted and decayed, and the old single-paned windows need to be replaced. And the restless kids area behind the glass in the back needs to have proper heat, needs to be larger, it needs to be secure for both parents and toddlers. All these areas I've just described are original to the church. They're over 70 years old, and it's time that they get repaired and replaced, as they should be. So if we look at our original plan that was discussed almost a year ago now, the estimate was $665,000. And that was to not only do these repairs, but it was also to renovate the devotional area to make that more inviting and frankly more usable. However, based on a recent meeting we just had with the architect and the project manager, these costs have increased to $750,000. An expense and an increase we weren't quite expecting. However, from personal experience, I know I just bought a sheet of drywall and paid $12 for it. A few years ago, that would have been $5. The longer we go on this, we know the longer and the more expensive these repairs are going to take. So how are we doing on our present funding? Well, basically, including all of the contributions we've all made, we're $90,000 short now on where we need to be. And that includes the parish taking $285,000 out of its emergency fund to help with these repairs. Timing is critical. Once construction starts, we know it's going to take several months. And we need to get this finished prior to the busy parish and school activities season in this fall. If we can't get it started very soon and scheduled with the builders, it might fall into next year, and that's really not something any of us want. So, how can we contribute? As you know, Father has negotiated with the diocese to be able to use the CSA website and its payment system in a no-cost way. So basically, every dollar we contribute through this mechanism comes back just for this project. The option, though, is only available between now and the end of March, so there is a bit of urgency to this. And as a side note, our sister parish in Novi used this exact same process for their repair and rebuild project a few years ago. It turned out to be very easy, safe, secure, and very efficient. It worked really well for them. Of course, we would never say no to a check or cash. Anything that you can do would be greatly appreciated. So behind me now is the QR code. And you'll notice in the missalette holders in front of you is a card that also has this code. Father is really good about giving us tasks at the end of every homily and asking us to take some time to reflect on it before we ask. My task is much less will take much less effort and much less thought. For maybe the first time ever, Father is actually giving all of us permission to take these out now, turn them on. Yes, I know the ringers are all off. And take a picture of either on the screens, the QR code, or the QR code in the missalette in front of you. In fact, as I'm finishing up here now, please feel free to do that by the time I sit down and before the Father starts the Nicene Creed. Finally, we know that $90,000 sounds like a lot of money, and it is. However, if every family attending the masses this weekend can find it in their hearts to give $400, we're there. We'll have the funds to make this happen. We know this is a lot. We know that not everybody can afford that. We also know that some people have contributed already to this, and some people can contribute more than the $400. So my ask is to pray for it, pray to the Holy Spirit, and let your heart answer for you. And maybe tying into the homily, pull that lever one more time. Thank you.
And we would normally pray our disciple prayer here, but I think we've been praying it enough to know that we're grateful to God for all he's given us, and that all we have belongs to him. And so we can use those gifts wisely. So we'll skip the disciple prayer today, knowing that. And you can always take those cards home if you need to pray more and reflect on what the Lord's asking you to do. And now we'll have the dismissal of catechumens, although fewer because I think of the snow today.